Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you ready for engaging conversations on education, teaching strategies, trends in the classroom?
Tune in to Teacher Talk, Live 𝙒𝙀𝙀 with your hosts, Teacher Cora and Dr. Claire.
In each episode, we'll dive into meaningful discussions, share insights, and connect with fellow educators.
Don't miss out on the fun and camaraderie. Grab your coffee and join us for some lively 𝙒𝙀𝙀. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Philippines.
Lawin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Alright, good evening everyone and good morning po sa lahat ng nasa Pilipinas. Welcome to our last episode of Season 3 for Be Bold, Why Not? Last episode po ng Season 3 lang ha. It doesn't mean that we're not going to come back. We're going to have a little bit of a break and then we'll come back for a bigger and better Season 4. So abangan niyo po yan. So again, you are watching us live here on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And of course, our show is brought to you by Lawin Media Network. And if you miss our live show, don't worry, because you're going to listen to our podcast. And we have a lot of platforms like Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and a lot more. And as every evening or every Monday here at Be Bold, Why Not, where we are here to empower you, inspire you, motivate you, and share wonderful and beautiful stories of leaders in our community. We also have a game that we are giving our viewers the chance to win a special prize at the end of the show. And we're going to show you then the mechanics of our game.
How to join the game. 1. Watch the live show and listen to the conversation.
2. Participate and share your experiences on the topic during the live show. 3. Type your thoughts or experience via comment section. 4. All participants are eligible to win a prize. 5. The more you comment, the greater your chances of winning. 6. We will use Wheel of Names to determine the lucky winner.
All right, we're back. So again, to all our viewers, the more comments or questions, shout outs, or whatever you want to put in there, emojis on our Facebook, the more chances of you winning a prize for tonight. And just a little recap for this season, we featured a lot of our leaders in the community where we learned from their stories, and they have given us or shared us their insights about leadership in their lives and in their profession and in the community. But tonight, it's even more special because my guest is not only a leader, he is a speaker. I'm so excited to introduce to you no other than my colleague, I would say, can I call you my mentor? Well, I've been following him too, and we've been in some events in the Filipino Nurses Association here in Houston, Texas. But no other than Dr. Johnrich Levine. Good evening, Dr. Levine.
Good evening, MJ. Thank you for having me here. It's a wonderful time to join your show. I didn't realize you have a show like this.
Oh, I know, right? But I'm so glad that you found time to actually, be my guest tonight, because I know you are a very busy person, especially that you have changed a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, but
we'll
talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. We want to first know more about you, like your background in the Philippines, where you're from, because we have a lot of viewers from the Philippines. So we wanted them to share, your story, your family. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Good evening, Philippines. It's 8 o'clock there in Philippines in the morning today. So good morning. I'm from Mindanao.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom's from Cebu, so they call me Cebuano. And then they migrated to Mindanao, so I'm from Mindanao also. But my mom and my dad met in Clark Air Base, the base before. So that's how they met, and then I was born, and so what do I say? So that was the story. That was how I started to exist in this world, and my journey is a little bit colorful in terms of traveling. When I was young, we traveled a lot. As you can see, I have my military dad and my mom, and we travel all over the Philippines, and we also traveled to where my dad is stationed. Most especially in Germany. When he was stationed in Germany, that's where I was born. So I was born to a Filipino mom and a German Jewish dad in Germany, and so and then after that we left Germany and traveled all over the States until my dad retired. So that's my
Do you have
story.
siblings or your?
I have a sibling, but he passed.
Oh, okay. So you grew up as an only child. How old was your
my
brother?
brother
or sister?
my brother was about 14 when he passed.
Yeah.
So I wasn't alone. I wasn't alone and lonely. I had a companion that grew up in the family, and so it was a great life, I would say.
Well, that's very interesting. So you have traveled even as a young kid.
Yeah.
So it seems like your life is like you're a traveler.
Yeah,
right?
traveling is my life.
Yeah, traveling is your life. So how was that like? I mean, was it more of a challenge or more of a fun for you? Being a kid, when you travel, you get so excited, right? Was that how it is?
In the beginning, as soon as I can remember things when we travel, especially if they are long distance travels, like by land in Mindanao particularly, and in Luzon as well. I always feel dizzy and I throw up. I always throw up. So I'm like the problem during travel. So, but I've overcame that when I was, I think, about 16 years old. So I stopped doing that. It's like habit for me. I stopped doing that. Naturally, it just went away, and I didn't feel bad anymore traveling. And then, so that was it.
So okay, so you outgrew it. You know, it's so funny because I don't know, but God is bringing people in my life whom I can relate. Because with your story, because I kid you not, this is new to me. I haven't heard about it just now, but I was the same every time we traveled long distance. Because you know, from Ilocos to Manila, it's like an 8 to 10 hour travel, right? I was the same. Even just traveling from Baguio City, I was already in college. I'm not kidding, because I went to UP College Baguio. And then we have a relative in Dagupan City. Even just traveling from Baguio to Dagupan, I was throwing up in the bus. I'm not kidding. For those of you who have been watching this show, I bet you have learned that a lot of my guests, I have something that I can relate to. I'm learning.
I think you attracted them.
So I'm not kidding. So anyway, I outgrew that too. I don't get dizzy
By about
anymore.
16, I've outgrown that, and I developed another. We will talk about that different. What do you call that? Phobia or a different thing. But later we will talk about that also.
Yeah, and then what about being the son or the child of someone in the military? What challenges or what are the things that you have learned from your mom? Was what profession did she have?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
So I have her and she had me.
Yes.
The two of us. But also I learned, I think early on I learned discipline, most importantly. The sense of urgency and sense of time. Because we travel, so it will be different places. It will be good if it's just within the Philippines, but if it's outside the Philippines, different time zones. And until now, I still haven't overcame that. I just came back from Washington, which is what, 2 hours? 2 hours late. So I have to go up to 2 hours in advance to be here. and sometimes I have to remember what time is it. Is it 6:30, 7:30? What time is it in the Philippines? Because I think it's natural for us to get lost with this time zone.
Yes, yes, especially here in the U.S., there's different
Right,
time
and
zones.
added to that
Yeah.
the conflict of the daylight savings time, which you have to add or subtract 1 hour more for what particular state. So, so until now, I've been traveling, but I still cannot get over that.
Yeah. So between your mom and dad, your mom being a house or stay-home mom,
Yeah.
so pretty much she took care of you all the way, right? And your dad being in the military, did you experience any conflict between them with the way they discipline you?
Culture.
Or
Yeah,
the culture
well,
with
I wouldn't
yeah?
call it a conflict. I think that it is as an adjustment for both of them, because my mom is a what do you call that? A devoted Catholic. My mom is a devoted Catholic, so she would want to raise us in that belief. And my dad is Jewish,
Yes. Oh, yes.
and he would want to raise us in those culture as well. So what that gave me was a blend of both.
Uh-huh.
And I wouldn't say I am the best Catholic, probably the best Christian, but I wouldn't say I was the best Jewish either, because it's a blending of both, and I wanted to take the best out of those two cultures that I was blended into. And to me, that is a significant element or factor that brought me to where I am today.
Yeah. So what are the most important lessons then that you have learned from both of your parents, coming from different religions or different cultures?
I think it's faith, and faith in that regard is the faith in yourself, that you can weather the storm, and that can come from both sides. From my mom, I'm not sure. I forgot. So forgive me if I say it incorrectly. I think there were 7 of them in the family, and there were 2 in my dad's side. So with a bigger family comes a challenge of how to maintain the size of that family, expenses, and all that. So my mom is good with managing your finances, what to eat. If you don't eat this will be the same food you will eat later, so you might as well eat this. Things like that. And the discipline, I think you're familiar with this, the slippers, right? The slippers is a very important in the family, because she will use that for everyone. So we were not spared.
Yeah.
We were not spared with that. But my dad is more of get things done, move forward, get things done, and never look back. So so those are the blend of the discipline and I think that
Like frugal and knows how to manage things.
Yes.
Yeah, and women are good at that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they tend to really they are the glue for the family, right? They are very flexible and adaptable, and just they do anything for their kids.
Yeah.
And that's how we are as moms, right? So anyway, we actually gonna be going on a short break already. Oh my God, see, it's already past 15 minutes and it went by fast. We've learned about his personal background and his family, his childhood. So when we come back, we're gonna learn about the profession that he actually wanted to go into growing up. We want to learn how he became an engineer and a nurse at the same time. So we'll be back shortly.
May guess ka tapos na
Hi, we're back. Yes. And it's been a quite interesting first 15 minutes of the show. But before we move on to putting Dr. Levine into the hot seat again, we're gonna read some of the comments of our viewers. So let's see who have comments here. All right, from Aramina Ungria, have a blessed morning, Mom MJ. Maraming salamat, Aramina. You too. And then we have Alvin Reyes. Good morning, Mom MJ, watching from Pangasinan. Thank you so much, Alvin. And we have Liza Regilman Ungria, or Regilman. Good morning, Mom MJ, and good morning to all watching from Pangasinan. Maraming salamat sa mga taga Pangasinan. And we have Ruby Vergara. Good morning to all of us watching from Pangasinan. Keep safe and God bless. God bless din sa'yo, Ruby. And we have again Aramina Ungria. Have a blessed day and blessed morning, Ma'am MJ, and to our handsome guest. Maraming salamat. And Aramina Ungria watching from Pangasinan. Wow! Ang ating mga taga-Pangasinan na mga viewers. And we have another comment here from Filomeno Castañeda. Good morning, Texas. Watching from Pangasinan. God bless po. God bless din po sa inyo. And we have Geraldine Garcia. Good evening, Texas. Watching from Villasis, Pangasinan. Wow! All right. So, now let's talk about like when you were growing up, di ba, they always ask, what do you want to become when you grow up?
Yeah.
Do you still remember what your answer was every time people would ask you?
I do. I do still remember that very clearly because I think during my, I went to school in Mindanao in my elementary, but we moved a lot, so I don't have a primary school. But every school I have, they always put me, like you have a closing ceremony, and they always give me some kind of a part where I speak. And I think the first time they gave me that, I did well, and so it was like a culture of practice for them. Hey, this guy, put him there and give him some script. So they give me a speech, and then it's my dad that will train me every single night until I memorize it. And so he will put a box in front of him, and I will step into that box like it's the stage, and then I will memorize that. I'll memorize the speech every year until I don't know when was that, but I always get that. For some reason, I don't get to sing a song or dance or do other stuff. I'm the person that in the program, I'm the person that will deliver a speech. And so I deliver speeches every single year until after high school, I believe. And so when that happens to you every year, in college, what do you do in college? So obviously I'll be competing in speeches because I get used to it. So I do the same thing in college, no longer with my dad's coaching, now by myself and some people in the school, but I do the same thing. But really, that's not what I want to do. I remember one time I was behind a very big tree behind me and watching the stars, and they said that if you say something about what you want when the stars flash, that's what you will be. And so that's for my mom, right?
That's pamahiin,
yes,
right?
That's for my mom.
Like
that's what you will be.
Yeah.
And every time I watch, I need to go there and watch the stars. When the stars fly, they cross on the horizon, I will say, I'll become a millionaire. And I do that. So it's not, I want to be an engineer, I want to be this, I want to be a doctor. None of those. I want to be a millionaire, always millionaire. And then imagine some dollars flowing like that, raining on you. And like, imagine that. And it's not, I want to be a speaker, a singer, or something. No, it's the dollars.
You wanted to become a millionaire. But how did you end up then becoming an engineer?
So my dad wanted
because we'll go back to that. I want to become a millionaire, where the dollars is now you actually got what you wanted to do, right? But now let's sidetrack a little bit. How did you become an engineer then?
So so my dad wanted me to be a doctor.
Okay.
And the reason for him wanting me to be a doctor is because he wanted to be a doctor, but he did not become a doctor. And so probably he can realize that through me. And I felt like it's not bad. But when I go to school, when I start going to school, they ask me, what are you good at? They ask it in college, right? When you enroll, what are you good at? What is this? And my best subject is mathematics. And the second best is science. So that put me directly into sciences. And in sciences, I don't know what courses are there. So they said, well, just enroll anything. And I enrolled in engineering, and it's chemical engineering. It was difficult. I don't know how to balance chemical equivalents or chemical compositions, and I have to learn that. So I thought that that's not what is for me. Then poor dad, right? He sent me to school, but I can't become an engineer. I shifted to world literature. So that was my first
from a science science course to arts.
Yes, that was my first course. So I actually graduated in I had a degree in Bachelor of Arts major in comparative world literature. And then after that, I taught in college, teaching them English and how to speak this and things. But it's not fun for me. It's not giving me some kind of an anchor to be what I want to be.
Yes.
When I finally grow up, right? I'm still growing up. And so while teaching, I still go to school in engineering, and I finished that, and I became a chemical engineer.
Wow.
And then I moved on in life. So that's how.
So you had a degree in the arts, and you had a degree in chemical engineering.
Yes, I have.
So before you came to the United States, did you practice too as an engineer?
Yes, I practiced.
Okay, where did you work?
I practiced for a while in the National Power Corporation. I was employed there.
Okay.
But it wasn't enough for me, so I went to welding institute in Miami, Florida. I studied there for 6 months to earn a certification in non-destructive testing. And when I got there and got trained, I soon would work in 2 countries in Europe. That's the UK and Ireland, and the other 7 countries in the Middle East, including UAE, you have Kuwait, all those Arabic countries. So I was there, and I was doing well. I was doing really well. I was NDT technology trainer. So I was always a trainer as an engineer. I trained non-destructive testing. For those who have background in engineering, there are 2 tests, right? One is a destructive test, and the other one is non-destructive test. When you have a destructive test, you break that material and see what's inside, and you test it. Non-destructive testing, you use 10 procedures, one of 10, or a combination of the 10 procedures, and it's called non-destructive. You don't have to destroy or damage them. Let's say this is a cell phone. You just do something in them without destroying them, and you can test the tensile strength of that material. So I was doing well.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Levine.
Yes,
I mean, the lesson, I don't mean to cut you there, but the lesson that we get here for all our viewers out there is you can become anything that you put your mind and your heart to. Imagine a dream of becoming a millionaire. That's where it came from. But he actually had 2 degrees before even becoming who he is now. But that is very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to me too.
Yeah.
I'm still amazed at what has become of me and still becoming. And I think that is a constant. It's a journey.
Growth.
Yes. It's a constant growth. I just came from Washington. I traversed 2 time zones, and I just came and I talked to them about that. It is a journey. It's not about what exactly it is, but it's the journey that gets you very excited and enthusiastic about life. And I've never lost that that sense.
Mhm.
And so I think that's what it was. But soon that would change.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, just listening to you, I think I can relate again. It seems like, you know, I can relate to a lot of your stories
Yeah.
too, because I grew up in public speaking.
Did you also?
I
Yeah.
started speaking as young as 7 years old. I was in first grade, and then they just wanted me to speak in front of the whole school, and I did. And I have shared this in my previous
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
And then from then on, I was in declamation, I was in oratorical speaking. I grew up as a competitive orator. So everybody thought too that I would become either a broadcaster, journalist, a
Which you
lawyer,
are.
right? So, but then I had at during that time, of course, you have to consider life
Yeah.
in general, what you want to do
Yeah.
versus what would benefit you and your
Yeah.
family the
Yeah.
most. So you have to make some sacrifices along the way. But again, as you say, life is a journey, and you may not get what you want in the beginning, but God is so good,
Yeah.
because you will still be able to discover and find that you have a chance in anything that you want to do in life. It's up to you to grab it, to take it, and step on it. Step on that train of life, because it makes it so exciting. Just like listening to Dr. Levine. I mean, his life is so exciting, right? He wanted to travel. He was traveling growing up, and he was traveling too as a professional,
Yeah.
being an engineer. He's been to different continents, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the lesson is there that this is what life is all about, right? And that's why I am so excited to share him tonight as the final guest of our episode, because he will share us and inspire us and motivate us and empower us with a lot more. And I know we're getting really excited. It's only the beginning. We're not even there yet. The meat of the
Yeah. Yeah.
right
We'll
of
get
the
there.
moment, we'll get there, because we're gonna have a break again for a short break, and we'll see you and we will come back. That's so exciting.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we're back. Isn't it so exciting? Like Christian and all our viewers, are you excited? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to share Dr. Levine's story with all of you tonight. And before we move on with more of his story, we're going to read some of the comments. All right. So from Alexis Oliveros, a blessed morning, watching from Pangasinan. I love watching your show. God bless always. Thank you so much, Alexis. And then Juvilin Reyes, good morning, Ma'am MJ, and to our speaker watching from Pangasinan. Good morning. Juvita Reyes, have a blessed morning and blessed day. And Ma'am MJ, and to our special guest speaker watching from Pangasinan. Yeah, I know. Where are the Batak people? The Batakeños. Okay, you better show up next time. Anyway, Eduardo Seco, good morning, Texas. And good morning, Ma'am MJ. God bless you po. Maraming salamat and God bless you as well. And watching from Quezon City. Good morning po. See, meron din tayo from Quezon City. And then we have Joanne Esteria. Good evening, Ma'am MJ and Sir. Watching from Pangasinan. I love to show. God bless always. Maraming salamat and God bless din. From Luz Castañeda, good morning po. Watching from Tarlac City. God bless. Wow, from Tarlac. And then we have Daisel Miralles Yaton. Good evening po, Ma'am MJ and Sir. Watching from Mindanao. God bless all po. Oh, I can see.
Somebody from Mindanao. Spread the word.
Yes, thank you all so much for watching tonight. So, very interesting. Yeah. I'm still in awe. I'm actually speechless. Okay. But again, as I said, that is the power of passion, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That is the power of passion. Because if you have the passion in this life, we only are given one time to travel in this life. We might as well make the most out of it, right? And it seems like that's what Dr. Levine has been doing his life.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, you are an engineer. You have also a degree in arts. How did you become a nurse? That's what I'm curious about.
So we'll talk about this one. Is serious now. It's a little serious. Now.
Okay.
So really, well, I'm just kidding. But really, what happened was I was doing well as an engineer. I was a NDT certification trainer, so I train lots of people and enjoying my life. And then things turned because my dad got cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And in one of those, so he had multiple surgeries, and in one of those surgeries, a surgical sponge was left inside his abdomen. And there was no signs and symptoms, nothing. He didn't feel anything for 2 months. And after 2 months, he showed signs and symptoms, inflammation and all that, pain especially. And they looked, and there was a surgical item that was left in his abdomen, and they went back to the operating room and they took it out. So the whole ordeal brought me to a reflection and interest in learning what it is inside the operating room that could make people make mistake. And I went to nursing school, and then from nursing school I went directly to the operating room to be trained. And 8 months in training, I traveled all over the United States to experience operating room nursing in different facilities. So I traveled for I think about 6 or 7 years traveling. I was a traveler, so one place to another, I just go from one place to another, especially in facilities where no nurses would go because they're too difficult or they're too far. And I go there. And it was interesting for me because I want to learn. I want to know what's going on until I bumped into a permanent role in the operating room as a clinical staff in the operating room. And that was to be MD Anderson Cancer Center. And that was really where I was trained and honed in my leadership skills. I went to school there. I went to school and earned 3 masters, a doctorate, became a nurse practitioner, and almost all of my certifications in nursing, I earned it from there. And so when I was a manager, this is interesting because then I became a manager in a different facility twice because I turned them down twice. And I think it's the Filipino in me that has that feeling of indebtedness. You know, the entire hospital paid for all these degrees and certifications and trained me, and I cannot just leave it that way. I cannot just leave them. So I have to finish all my projects before I finally say, okay, I'll take that role. So I turned down 2 roles, and I really had to cry for that. And it's funny that I am old and mature, but I still cry because of the feeling of indebtedness in me that I owe it all from that facility. But when finally it's time for me to go, I experienced independence in leadership, and that's when my leadership skills had been honed and put to place and challenged, if you may. But it only made me grow a little bit more every day.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. It was from exciting journey from your childhood to you becoming an engineer, and something happened in your life that
just
a
a
turn
twist
like
of life,
yes,
and that's really just no significant, like I want to be this, I want to be that. It's just my dad had this and I had that curiosity, and I just went in. And I think one of the characters that you can see in me is my ability to make decisions in the spur of the moment. When I was also asked to be a critical care director from the most recent facility they have, I was given 30 seconds to make the decision, and I made it in 20 seconds to just say, yes, I'll go, without anything, without knowing what to do, what is it, I'll just go and help out. And that is one quality that
you got from your dad.
From my dad.
Yes, that's one thing that you got from your dad.
Yes.
So wow, I mean that's how life is. As I said earlier too, sometimes we have plans, right? We have plans in life. We aspire to do things, but if it's not part of your journey, if it's not part of God's plan for your life, it's not gonna happen. And then when things happen that you need to be flexible and adapt and actually make that decision for the benefit of the people that you love, then that's when you can really decide and take the courage and the boldness to just make that quick decision, because you were doing it not for you, but you're doing it for someone in your life. That's why I believe that we are here for something greater. We exist in this world not just for us, but for the people around us. I also know that you actually some kind of a philanthropist. You help. You have some organizations that you help.
Yes.
So can you share that?
So yes, I'm an active member of the Unstoppable Foundation. The Unstoppable Foundation is a foundation that adopts a village, and one of the most recent village that we adopt is a village in Kenya. It's not a family, it's not a person, but it's an entire village. The entire village, we adopted them. We build schools, we build houses, livelihood, we send teachers, their water supplies, everything, we put them together and then train them so that they will be on their own. And but that's probably one of the most important involvement I have in the community. The other one is I have the Rich Retail Connection, which is a group of retail industries in the Philippines, the small time retail or business.
Like small businesses?
They have a cart in the middle of a mall. Or, all this. The one that we call is the food truck, right? There, something like that.
Yes.
So we have that, and we have a series of bakeries, barber shops, salons, and all those small time retail industries that help people earn a living to some extent. And then we have also, out of the Unstoppable Foundation, I am able to put up my own Dr. Johnrich Levine Outreach, which is a scholarship program and service to the elderly. Like we have assisted living and hospice programs. So it's a wonderful journey for all of us.
Oh my, how do you, with all these things that you're doing, how do you manage your time? I mean, it seems like there's too much in your plate, and you have so many things that you are supporting, and then let alone you're growing yourself continuously, professionally and personally. How do you manage your time?
Well, I think I learned it from one of those books that we read, right? And one of the first books that I read in personal development was, if you're familiar with this, Filipinos, right? Stephen Covey,
7 Habits of Highly Effective Individuals.
And in one of those discussions, he says, you don't manage time, you manage yourself. And I looked into that, and I really put that into my heart, and said, I can't manage this time. Time is always going to be 24 hours, 23 hours if you have daylight savings time, or 25 hours, right? But it's always going to be at that 24-hour level. And we don't manage it, but it could manage us if we don't manage ourselves. So I try to manage myself to make sure that I fit into those kinds of things. As you can tell, I have thinning hair, right? You can tell that. But at this age, I still write on my notes, my notebook, about to-do list, every single one of them every day, for what time, for what particular job, and then I try to finish as much as I can. Although I've improved that into 6 every day. So I write 6 every day. That's all I need to do, and everything else is just fun around it. I write 6 and I complete the 6, and the day is
Wow, I can definitely learn from you. You know what? I'm probably the worst person when it comes to organizing things or writing things. For some reason, I'm trying to do better.
Yeah.
You know, because journaling, I've learned journaling from Brendan Burchard. He's the guy who created Growth Day. I'm listening to this every day, like his Daily Fire. It's an app that helps you with personal growth and development. And he actually says that, yes, journaling actually will help you realize or manifest the things that you want in life. And that's I'm trying to do myself. And thank you for sharing that, because that's my weakness, but I'm trying my best. As you say, life is a continuous growth and journey.
Every day is a learning experience. Now, if you fail, if you miss, don't beat yourself up. To go back up and write again, journal again. If you haven't done that for, like, let's say, a week because things got in the way, but go back and do it again. And I understand that. And now, as a busy executive, I would say.
Yeah, because now we're going to talk about,
as a busy executive,
now,
you attend so many meetings, and some of those meetings don't make a lot of sense to you, because that's not really what I want to be. A millionaire, right? I want to go to those millions, but sometimes you get into the ruffle of things, and so I sit down there and pretend like I attend a meeting and say yes and all of that, but in my hand, and I have a pen and I write things there just to occupy myself, and I write different kinds of things there just to journal myself, because sometimes you don't have a lot of time during the nighttime. You have to have your 8 hours of sleep, blah 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 blah. So I insert as much as I can during the day and make it as fun as I can.
I'm so excited that we're gonna be working together, because I am definitely gonna learn a lot from you. But yeah, it's see how time flies. We're actually gonna be taking another short break, or our last break for the show, and then we will come back for the final segment, which is really an exciting part because we have an announcement to make.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
God, dude. Oh, okay, we're back. Oh my gosh, time is so short. Time is so short tonight. Yes, we're just having so much fun. We're just learning so much from you tonight. But before we move on, we have to read more comments from our viewers. So let's see. We have Arceli Estaria. Good evening, Texas. God bless. Thank you so much. And then we have Arceli again, watching from Pangasinan. Wow, mga taga Pangasinan, maraming salamat. And then we have Zia Ungria. Good morning, Ma'am MJ, and to our guest, watching from Pangasinan. And then we have Mark Carlo De Seco. Good evening, Texas, watching from the Philippines. Thank you very much. All right. So those are our final comments. So for those of you who have already given your comments, you are automatically entered into our drawing at the end of the show. But let me just say, it's been a really wonderful evening getting to know you more, Dr. Levine. And I'm so excited. But can you share us this last change in your career? Because I was surprised when actually I was emailing you one day and I used your work email and it bounced back. So I was like, where did Dr. Levine go? And then I just heard from the grapevine that you have left. But can you share us what happened?
So I had this quick notice from so it was from the same hospital that I worked, and he left. He moved on. He was the vice president, and he moved on. And I didn't know where he went. We didn't get in touch. And then for some reason, I sent a text to him. He was my vice president at the time. It was a long while back. And he says, can you come over and help me? And I said, what do you need? And he says, I need a vice president. I said, I'm up for it. And that's it. That just changed it. You have 2 weeks to prepare and come over. So I have 2 weeks, and I have 2 weeks worth of PTO, paid time off, and I used it. And I said, I'm leaving right now, and I will just use my PTO for the remaining 2 weeks, and I finished whatever I can finish, and move on. So that was a little.
So now you are vice president of what hospital?
It's the Swedish American Hospital from the University of Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like that, but I think you would ask, so then you left things hanging. The thing about leadership is that you want to start something and you want to really press with it, persist with it until it's finished, and then you're about to go. So it was very timely for me to move on because I finished everything. In the entire hospital, the hospital has 18 nursing units. The entire hospital has 18 nursing units, and I have 2 units. The other unit is composed of will be 3, but it was just mixed into 2 units. So I have 2. One is a bigger one, and the other one is smaller one. So that's about 3 units. But all of those units are Beacon awardees. The only 2 units in the entire hospital that has the Beacon Award. And one of the only 13 units, not hospital, units in the entire country that has Beacon Award. And that's my goal when I was there, to get to the Beacon Award. The Beacon Award is the highest award a nursing unit could get. And I got that. When I got it, and I'm the only one, I think I met my goal and achieved what I was there for. And so many other things along the way. When I evaluated myself, I think it's time for me to go. When it's time for me to go, that text came in and I left. It was just like that.
Ain't that amazing?
Yes.
It's like your life is actually, if you believe, I mean, everybody has their own belief in, higher power or religion or, right. But I think it's more of a personal, as you said, it's a journey, and your life is already crafted. And it seems like everything is, when it's God's timing, it's the perfect timing. And it looks like your life has been like, really, the chapters in your life already written.
Right.
You just have to live it now. And
right.
Wow, that's so amazing. Oh my God. we'll be back. So we're good. So yeah, so oh, we're back. We're back. So as you were saying, yeah. So you can connect the dots looking backwards.
Yes.
Now,
you
and
can't
that's
connect. You can't understand it clearly moving
until
forward. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You know what you're doing. If I wasn't clear, then I wouldn't get what I wasn't clear about, or what I wasn't clear about. If I keep doing it, I will get it also. So you will get everything you want, whether it's clear or not. You might as well be clear on it. And that's what I want. And now they're asking me, okay, so you're vice president, what do you want? I said, I want to be a CNO. And I want to be a CNO in less than a year. And so anything you can do to help me achieve that, I welcome it, because I want to be there. I don't want to stop here. And early on, I made that clear for everyone. That is what I'm going to do. They don't want it, good for them, but I want it. So it's like,
so you know what you want.
Yes.
And you go for it.
Yeah.
You move forward no matter what.
Yeah. There will be obstacles.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Definitely
challenges.
Challenges.
But you don't waver about what you want, because the obstacles are there only to move you forward. It's never going to bring you back. It's never going to pull you back. It's always going to move you forward.
Wow, that's amazing. So I'm just curious, did you achieve your initial dream of becoming a millionaire? So funny. So now you are a millionaire.
I think it was a little late. So here's the thing. It was a little late because you don't know a lot. You don't know where to go, and it's not like you're going to go to the bank and just withdraw. So I didn't at 30. I didn't get it, because the goal was at 30. I'm going to be a millionaire. I didn't get it, so I moved it into 32. Maybe in 32, and just keep moving and just keep moving. At 30, I didn't get it. At 40, I almost got it. So so just keep moving, because the time is there.
Closer to your goal. Yes. As you keep moving, every small step is progress, and every small step is getting you closer to your goal.
Yes.
Right.
But
so
you have to move.
Yes, you have to move, because if you don't, you're not going anywhere. No. So that's a lesson in life. We just have to keep going, no matter what life brings, because we are in control, and every one of us has something that we can offer to the world, not just for our own personal growth and development, but to impact humanity at large, right? So now, the thing that I'm so excited about, well, I've been excited about all this show, every part of the show, but I'm so excited to let everybody know, all of you who are watching and listening, Dr. Johnrich Levine is going to have a show here at Lawin Media Network. Yes. So we're going to be together. Wow, what a powerful duo, right? Yes. I'm not as rich as Dr. Rich.
Yes, you are.
But okay, I am rich in maybe love, right? Love for people and everything. But your riches is not all about material things, right? Your riches, I have learned that your riches is actually comes from what you value the most. Yeah. And I love my family. I love my friends. I love people. I love just doing what I'm doing right now. I'm enjoying it so much. So to that, I cannot put a price, or I cannot put a dollar sign on it. But it makes you feel rich. Yes. And our show is gonna be Beyond Health and Wellness with Dr. Rich and Nurse MJ. So we are so excited to be of service to all of you in a different capacity, in a different type of topics. Yeah. I know with Be Bold, we have been empowering you and encouraging you and inspiring you with beautiful stories, just like Dr. Levine. But in our show, it's not only just about sharing stories, but we're gonna go to the details about how to help you with your health and your wellness.
We'll help you
Yeah.
get there.
We'll help you
And
get
also
there.
$1 million.
Yes. Yes. Because I know he's got a book, but he can share that on our show.
Later.
Yeah, we'll save that for our show. But do we have a video of our show? Yeah, let's show them. Yes.
Beyond Health and Wellness, Dr. Rich and Nurse MJ.
Join us as we explore the journey to holistic well-being.
Uncover insights that inspire a healthier, happier life.
Join the pilot episode of Beyond Health and Wellness on September 27th, Friday 8 p.m. Central, Saturday, 9 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
Yes! Aren't you excited?
I am excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. And I hope you guys also are excited to watch this show. We have a lot of surprises for you, lots of lessons, bits and pieces of information, and some tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in your journey to success.
Yes, in mastering your life. This life is about journey and mastery, right?
Yes, correct.
So that's what we're going to give you on our show. I know, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to watch Be Bold, right? You're still going to watch Be Bold, but in our show, Dr. Johnrich, it's going to be very good topics that we have. So,
yes. We have 13 episodes set for
season 1.
Yeah,
so we're going to go by season as well.
September
27th is our
first show.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that, sharing with you and joining you in your morning, wherever you are in the Philippines. And if you are in Texas, good evening to you as well.
Yes. All right. So, and now it's time for us to see who won for our raffle tonight. So let's see who's the lucky winner. Drum roll. All right, congratulations, Janita Reyes. Wow, congratulations. So just message me on my messenger and you'll get your prize, or just send me your information. Again, to all of you who have been watching Be Bold, thank you so much. It's the last episode of season 3, as I've mentioned earlier, and we're gonna have our we have another video to show.
No, comments.
Oh, comments, sorry. We have more comments. Okay, we have more comments. Let's see. From Cichelle Quario, good evening, Texas, watching from Pangasinan. And then we have Rodrigo Fabia, good morning, Mom MJ. And to our guest, I love your show. God bless you bountifully. God bless you too. Maraming salamat po. And Aramina, yes, thank you so much, Aramina. And then Aramina, again, thank you, sir. Inspiring message to us. God bless you more, sir and mom. Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You actually inspire us. You know, we are here to serve you and in our own little way. I know life is hard. Life is difficult. That's why we're here to help you and to be with you in your journey in life. We may not be together physically, but, you know, listening to empowering conversations like this can actually make an impact in someone's life. And that's what we're here for. So your last word for our viewers, Dr. Levine?
Hopefully not my last word, but last word for today. Always be bold. Always face the challenges in front of you, because they can only move you forward. There's no other way. They only move you forward.
That's right. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you very
Levine.
much.
And I look forward to our show. I am so excited.
Yes, September 27th.
Yes, our pilot episode, September 27th. That's Friday. It's going to be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means it's going to be 9 a.m. in the Philippines. Abangan niyo po yan. And for Be Bold, we're going to take 2-week break. So we'll be back on October, right? The the first Monday of October will be our first episode for season 4. Oh my gosh, it's season 4 na pala. So anyway, again, to all our viewers, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we hope that you learned from our very special guest and that we are here. We promise we are here for you. We're doing this for you because we want to empower you. We want to help you in your journey to becoming a better version of you. So again, this is MJ from Be Bold. God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.